Okay, so I remember me and you having like quite a few discussions about this show and how dangerous it actually is, because there are ways with how media can present or discuss
Yeah.
suicide, especially teen suicide, that doesn't encourage copycat suicides.
Yeah.
Because if someone is in a dangerous place and then they see like a step for step guide on how to do it,
Mhm.
it could set them off. And I mean, you can't really blame the show for causing an increase in teen suicide,
Yeah.
which, but I definitely think if people watched that and it was a contributing factor, then it's it's just it shouldn't have been done in the
Because
first place. Like that episode should not have
would
displayed that.
you
Never.
say that it was romanticizing it?
100%.
Yeah. Well, that's why like it impacts people because it's
Yeah.
seen as kind of a romantic thing to do, which is never how it should be seen.
No. No. And they didn't remove it until a couple of years after it first was released. So it did have like a long period of time where it could have been viewed and caused damage that I don't think the writers or anyone on the show has taken accountability
Yeah.
for, which I think is hugely dangerous considering it's just been endorsed because they've had like three more seasons after that. So
When baffling that it did. Really, it should just end
yep.
with. So instead of just ending it, or at least like using a second season to fix the mistakes of the first season,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
used the other seasons to get progressively worse.
Oh, definitely. And it was like, right, this is our thing now. We can discuss teenage trauma. So here are all the other traumas. And we're going to do them all badly. Okay.
Every single trauma imaginable.
They were like, we're the people to do this and to do it well when they
You
weren't.
never are.
No. So even the whole premise of the plot in the
Mm,
book as well, but I
yeah.
imagine the book's done differently because it's like can be an internal monologue, which is different.
Yeah.
Whereas this it's like the romanticization of suicide. It's like she's able to exist beyond her death and that she can live on and she can influence her life after her death, which is not the case. Once you're dead, you're dead. Like
Yeah.
that gives the false premise that I mean, obviously the people around you will be in grief and that will
Yeah.
change people's lives, but actually changing the narrative after you've died and like giving it a reason is so dangerous. And
Yeah.
like it's like she's able to watch over their lives and she appears all the time as a ghost or like a hallucination for Clay in the later seasons and stuff as he's like
Yeah.
losing his mind. But her suicide is also presented as like the only option and that these are all the different steps that she took and that if one person turned around and said reached their hand out and tried to help her it could
Yeah.
have all been different when that's like not the case. It's
Yeah.
not. There's mental health issues that Hannah Baker was clearly suffering from
Yeah.
that they place less of a emphasis on than they do like other people's bullying and actions to her towards her, and that's why they all contributed to her like killing herself, and that's
Yeah.
just bad, like objectively
Yeah.
terrible.